Hi, and welcome to another LRCC Soundbite. Today, a story of scams, of justice, and of truth. Let me set the scene. We're in Jerusalem, a little under 2,000 years ago. Many people would visit the city, the capital of Israel, but not just for sightseeing. In Jerusalem is the temple, the place where God is worshipped, and the place where Jews needed to go to offer sacrifices to God according to the law. The law that had been handed down to them over thousands of years from the time of Moses. Now the land has been conquered. They are occupied by the Romans. The Romans changed some things about the country. One of those was the currency in use. After all, if the people were going to pay useful taxes to the Roman Empire, it was good that they were using Roman money. But the Romans allowed the people to retain some aspects of their life before they were occupied as well. Their religion was one of those things. Just as the Romans only recognised their own currency, so the temple in Jerusalem only recognised its own currency as well. So there was a need for people to exchange the Roman currency for the temple currency. Now the law the people followed required them at different times and for different life events to offer an animal as a sacrifice to God. Different animals were required for different things, but one thing was common. They must be of the highest quality. They must be perfect. Now, not everyone owned animals, so there was a secondary business going on, selling animals that were suitable at the temple for people to take forward for sacrifice. But you could only buy them with temple money. It's in the midst of all this money changing and animal sales that Jesus arrives at the temple. Around him, though, he doesn't see honest traders providing these essential services to people coming to the temple with the intention of doing the right thing before God. What he sees is people who have realised there's a market here, and where there's a market, there's a profit. There's a need, and people are prepared to pay. Market forces are used, and agreements are made between the different traders to get as much commission and as profit as they can out of these faithful pilgrims who are only trying their best. Basically, they're onto a good thing, and there's a tidy profit to be made. Jesus sees all of this. To be honest, I'm sure everyone in the temple, from the leaders to the poorest visitor, knew that this is what's going on, but no one was doing anything about it. They say money is power, and I'm sure even the temple was getting a nice commission. But Jesus isn't one to let this massive institutional scam continue. And he doesn't just have a quiet word. He throws the tables around. He makes a makeshift whip, and starts chasing the traders out of the temple area. He's not quite being the mild-mannered Jesus that we often seem to think he is. Now, I thought I needed to explain that scene because, and to understand something of the story, because you have to know that changing money and selling animals was needed. And that in itself wasn't the problem. The problem was the motivation and the profiteering that was going on. Jesus was saying to people, don't claim to be trying to help people, when underneath it all, you're just trying to look after yourself and make a profit. Take a good look at yourself and your motives. To follow Jesus needs to be the prime motive for Christians, not what we can get out of the things that we do. At this time of year, running up to Easter, when we're encouraged to take a good look at ourselves. And it seems to me that this is a good time to think about what we do and why we do it. God bless you, and I'll see you next week.